was the birds.
Right on time.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome. Welcome to a very early episode. We're about 7 hours earlier, and of course the birds are squawking. I did ask my wife to come get the birds, so apologies for the next couple of minutes. If you hear birds in the background, even though they're covered, they are excited that we're doing the show early, 7 hours earlier than normal. I know Task is. Task really appreciates
and we also know how little attention that Django's wife pays to what he says or asks.
She's obviously, like I 15 minutes ago, I was like, hey, can you come get the birds? She's like, do you really need me to? I'm like, yeah, they're already covered and they're still squawking. Is there any chance? So this is what you guys get for being for us being early. A lot of people like us being early. I know Tass likes us being. You like this time slot better, don't you? It's disgusting.
Yes, it's a nice way to break up my day, and it certainly made it easier when we had guests on. But you know, we do what we have to do. I mean, the schedule has to change to accommodate other things, and then that's what we do. So,
but we show up no matter what.
Well, yeah, we show up, but for I think what's it been twice, maybe once over almost 3 years. So yeah, we show up twice a week to take questions and discuss topics and hive related stuff. And we actually have a topic for today.
We do.
We've been doing that a little bit lately too.
Dude, it's great, and we get it fired off, and then we get into your questions live on in Leo Threads. So
yeah, we'll try not to make this too long, and
right, because like last time we literally had probably I think 90 comments.
Well, that's most of them were because we were going on rants.
Yeah,
but tried to not rant.
They enjoy the rants.
Yeah, it's like, let's be honest, it's human nature. Who doesn't slow down, turn their head, and watch a car crash? Everybody looks. Oh, is anybody dead? So
it's kind of morbid, but it's true. It's
So it's like us ranting. It's like that'll increase viewership, I guess.
So we are live on Vim, back on Vim. We're also on Twitter. Now let me explain Twitter to you. I paid my little blue check mark. I changed my header, like on my phone. I put a little lion beside my name, represent Leo, put a little lion beside my name. That got rid of my blue check mark. It's been like 48 hours now, and I still don't have my blue check mark back. But ask me if Leon's still getting my $15. He still is. Where's my blue check mark, Elon? I need it more than you need $15, buddy. Anyways, we are on Twitter and also on Threads. We're on doing a Threadcast, a live Threadcast. So welcome to everybody. But Task, enough of me rambling. This is what people are here for. They want to know what the topic is. What is the topic to start off this Cryptomania?
Well, my path to fire brought something up on Threads, and I thought it would be something good to discuss publicly, especially since threads get buried and nobody tends to see them. And basically his accusation or his opinion was that Leo Glossary is going to lower the rankings in Google. And he went to ChatGPT. So obviously if ChatGPT says so, it has to be factual.
Got to be gospel.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But he came up with a list, which I got a couple screenshots that I share with Django. And Django, if you want to pull up your magic there of, how to post things, or maybe you can't because it's a screenshot. So maybe you'll have to read it. Okay. They weren't linked. So, okay. Sorry about that. But basically he went into ChatGPT and I guess asked something to the effect of, what's going to lower your search engine ranking or according to Google or whatever, and came up with 8 or 10 different things. And he basically said that, in his opinion, there were 4 things that Leo Glossary fails, and that Google would decrease the rating. And he said in one of his threads, numbers 1, 2, 4, and 8. So, Django, could you read off of those screenshots? One was in the thread I sent you, the other was in the screenshot that I sent you. What 1, 2, 4, and 8 say?
Okay. So, of course, as you asked me to read it off, my wife is here trying to get the birds. So if the birds start squawking, that's why. But she's getting them out of here.
When you said that, I thought you were going to say, as soon as you say to do that, the site goes down.
No, it's working. It's working. But this is what Chat GPT. Of course, Chat GPT, if you ask them, this is how much stock you got to give on them. If you ask them about the Hive blockchain, it says that Hive blockchain has smart contracts. So that's all you need to know about Chat GPT. But this is it. Number 1 is low quality content. If your site,
let me write this down so I can low quality content. Okay.
Yeah. So it says if your site or the site linking to you has low quality content, it becomes spammy. Over optimization, that's number 2. Excessive use of keywords and anchor text or content can be seen as an attempt to manipulate search engine rankings and may be flagged. Number 3, link schemes.
No, he didn't do 3. He was 4 and 8.
Oh, 4 and 8 he wanted?
Yeah. 1, 2, 4, and 8.
1, 2, 4, and 8. Okay, 4. Irrelevant links. Links from sites unrelated to the content or industry may be considered spam. That's 4. And then 5, 6, 7, 8?
Just 8. Number 8.
Just 8. Unnatural link patterns. Unnatural patterns of link growth, sudden spikes, or a disappropriate number of links with similar anchor texts can be flagged. Okay. So this is from the gospel that is ChatGPT.
No, and in fairness, this sounds like a pretty legitimate list of things that Google would take a look at. So first off, how do we approach this? Right. Why don't you open up your screen and let's get Google up.
Get Google up?
Yeah, well, if we're going to talk about Google, we might as well use Google, right?
Google. Let me tell you, the last time I've ever gone to Google.
It's called google.com.
Well, I know, but I just use pre-search. I don't use Google. But here, hold on. Let me see. Present, screen share, Google. And sorry for everyone that says, oh my gosh, it's going to blind my eyes.
That's okay. Google's known for its white background.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first assumption is excessive linking causes a drop in rankings. So since I've been doing a lot with movies, what's your favorite film, Django?
Aliens.
Alien or Aliens?
Plural. Aliens. The sequel.
One.
The second one. Sequel.
Oh, okay. Okay. Type in Aliens film, probably.
No, there it's the first one. Film. Okay.
Okay. Hey. I can't see that. So what comes up? I mean, scroll past all the pictures. What's the first search result?
Wikipedia.
Okay. What's the second search result?
IMDb.
Okay. Let's go IMDb because
I see where you're going with this, but yeah, keep going. Sorry.
Let's go IMDb since that's movie related.
So click on IMDb, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There we go. This is live. Hey, there's Ripley.
Okay.
Screaming at people.
Now, I can't see this, but I notice you have an IMDb logo in the upper left. Could you scroll over that and tell me what that is? Is there a URL that pops up?
Yes, it goes to nav home.
IMDb.com?
Yes, IMDb ref equals.
So the page, the logo is actually a link. What's next to it? I can't see what that says.
Menu.
We'll click on menu. What else? Is it a drop down?
Drop down, whole bunch of stuff.
Holy crap. Look at all those links. Okay, there's links. Okay,
Yeah.
X out of that. We don't need to go through that.
Okay.
Go back to where you are. Then we, of course, have the preview or the trailer, which I presume that's probably a YouTube embed, but maybe it's not. Maybe IMDb has their own trailer. What are those two things on the right of the trailer? I can't read what they are.
Videos and photos.
Click on photos. What is the photos?
Pharaoh's about to get eaten by the alien. Hold on, we gotta watch. No, just joking. There he is. Where are they, gorgeous? Look at him. I'm gonna get you. Anyway, sorry. Okay, photos. You want me to click photos?
Yeah, click photos.
Okay. Photos. Whole bunch of photos.
A whole bunch?
Oh yeah.
Scroll over one. So each of them is each of them a link?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is IMDb, the second ranked search result. Let's go back to Google. Let's go back to that. Let's look at that Wikipedia page.
Okay. Hold on. Google. And then aliens.
Yeah, aliens film.
Okay. And then Wikipedia. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's pull up Wikipedia.
Okay. There we go. That's a whole lot of links. The entire article is basically links.
Yeah, that's what Wikipedia does. Now, do me a favor and capture the URL.
Okay.
You know, copy and paste, copy the URL for this page. Okay, go back to Google and I guess the easiest one. Type in Dupli checker, DUPLI checker, one word.
Yeah.
And then link counter, 2 words.
Link counter?
Link counter.
Okay.
And you should have the Dupli count checker, Dupli checker link counter should be one of the first results.
Yeah. So I
click on it.
Right here. Yep.
Okay. Now go to where it says URL and paste in the URL. And then I don't know if you have an ad block. I tend not to, so I get all the ads, but it should say something like count or run or something to that effect. Once you
count links.
Yeah, count links. Hit right? That.
Please excuse all the ads. This is on Chrome. We are not on Brave for this.
And
okay, results.
How many links are in there?
Total links 2,818. 2,818. Yeah.
That one page of Wikipedia has 2,818. They should break it down by like incoming and outgoing, or
internal links is 2,256. External links 562. Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot of fucking links. Let's go back to Google. I think it's in there.
Thank goodness, because
get out of that.
Okay.
And type in Leo glossary. I think you can type in aliens film. I think I have aliens. I know aliens in the database, so maybe just do alien film. I don't know if the sequel's in there yet, but I know the original.
Hey, look at that. You're up top.
What's the number one ranking?
Well, Leo, because it says Leo glossary. Yeah.
Okay. This is a point I want to make. No, it's not Leo glossary. I mean, it is Leo glossary, but Leo glossary, these pages are available on Peak D, on In Leo, on High Blog, on Ecency. So the fact that we're seeing it rank on In Leo above everything else is a step in the right direction, because we know that High Blog and Peak D tend to rank higher than In Leo. So Click on Alien. Click on the link there,
Yep.
and let's address some of this.
Of course, I'm clicking, and in Leo's having issues. Damn it! Come on.
Well, Cal did say that he was.
Yeah, Friday. Friday. He said tomorrow, right?
Yes. So.
Yeah,
Anyway,
so.
where we stand is excessive linking is obviously not a problem when you look at all those IMDb pages, when you look at all of those Wikipedia pages. And Wikipedia is really the model I followed when I started Leo Glossary. So the idea of lots of links is not an issue. The other thing, these are internal links. They're not external links. This is not link building in the sense of, oh, well, you're going to spam all these different sites and all these different forums, so they're backlinks. No, these are internal links. Right. And anybody who knows about menu mapping or building a website knows everything you do is linked together. And that's how you do it. So when Cal enters a logo, just like that IMDb, the logo in there has a link somewhere. And if you look at the page coding itself, you go to some of these pages, it's nothing but links in them. Right. Because that's how they're set up. So this is something that I think is a misnomer. If we were out there trying to play games with the InLeo stuff and trying to get InLeo backlinks all over the place, I would be, I would agree with the sentiment that could hurt us in the rankings. But the fact that it does not, because these are internal links, you have to link stuff internally. Now, I also say that with Leo Glossary, people have asked me, well, should we highlight every term? And I've seen people use the same link 18 times through an article because every time they write in cryptocurrency, they highlight it. No, you use it once and that's it, to the same link. Because outside of that, that could be viewed as excessive, could be viewed as gaming the system, that type of thing. But as we know from Wikipedia, I mean, you have 1,000 links on a page or 2,200 links on a page to other Wikipedia things. So that negates that idea. Then in terms of the relevance, the reason why I wanted you to bring up Alien or any of the movie pages that we have is you will see links on a page like Alien, and I'm going just from the top of my head. You'll see the word, a link to movie. You will see a link to Hollywood. You will see a link to actor or actress. You will see a link to sci-fi. You may see a link to space. You will see a link to extraterrestrial. You'll see a link to character, theater, box office, director. And you may see a link from, I mean, I don't know if any of the Alien actors are linked, but if John Wayne was in it, you would see a link to the John Wayne actor page. So the idea that this is not relevant linking is not accurate. Go ahead.
So the key though, and you mentioned this before, and this is the big difference between what Leo is doing with Leo Glossary and what Google's trying to avoid. Link spamming, and Alan is here. Hello, sir. Link spamming, why Google's trying to avoid that is because what they're trying to do is generate traffic for that site by linking different places. What Leo Glossary is doing is linking to Leo inside of Leo. No one that's trying to abuse this is trying to create Wikipedia on the blockchain. They're trying to create a site that generates traffic so they can sell something. That's what they're trying to do. They're not what Leo Glossary is doing, what Leo's doing is building inside That's why Wikipedia ranks so high. Why IMDb ranks so high, because it's all internal links. It's all linking inside of the platform. What Leo Glossary is doing. I understand the argument, but that's if you're trying to create a website that has external links and you're trying to link to something to pull people in. That's not what this is doing. This is absolutely not what Leo Glossary is doing. Which
exactly, yeah. And so what you have is you have relevant content, what we were dealing with just the movie there. Now, keep in mind, there's almost 1,000 movie pages constructed. And it's too bad that it wouldn't come up. But you will see that there's 15, 20, 25 links throughout. There's over 1,000 actor pages. And the actor pages have a write-up about the actor. And then it has a listing of all their films. And just like any glossary, you have a listing of the films. Guess what you do? Like John Wayne in, I don't know, give me a John Wayne film. I don't know. True Grit. No, he wasn't in True Grit. Anyway, Stagecoach. Well, there's a link to, in the John Wayne glossary from state to the Stagecoach page. That's relevant. The Stagecoach page has a write-up about the film, links based upon that write-up to other pages that support it. Plus, it'll have the cast, which will link back to John Wayne's page and whatever other actors that we might have pages set up for. So right then and there, there's 2,000 pages. Then we have, first, there's almost 5,000 pages of Leo Glossary. So then you have all the Leo Glossary pages of finance, cryptocurrency. I mean, hell, you look at debt, the debt page. There's like 150 links in there. Oh, that's link spamming. The damn page is 7,000 words.
Right.
So you're looking at something that takes like 30 minutes to read. The point being is these are internal links. They are not external links.
Exactly.
So when you're looking at internal links, the reason why you build more external links is so you don't have what's called orphan pages. Orphan pages are pages that are on a website that are linked to nothing. Right. So this is the entire concept. Now, obviously, if somebody's on a page, which is what Wikipedia mastered, if you are on a page reading about Joe Biden and you're on the Joe Biden Wikipedia page and you see the United States Senate, or he was a U.S. senator, and so you click on senator. Well, what the hell's a senator? You go to another Leo Glossary page, and you read about senators, and maybe there's a list of senators, whatever. Right. And then you realize, oh, well, he's from Pennsylvania or Delaware. Click on Delaware. There's a page about the state of Delaware and everything about Delaware. That's the exact same concept. So we want to take the traffic when somebody's on a page and direct them to other pages. That's the idea of recommend. This is the old archaic form of recommend engine. So that's number one. Number two, the links are relevant. And to say they're not and that it's just link building is going based upon, well, maybe music on Leo, because we have the artist pages. And the artist pages, the singles pages are just the songs that are in threads. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? Is that an irrelevant link if I have a Taylor Swift page with 200 Taylor Swift songs that are linked to 200 Taylor Swift songs? Okay, you might debate that. But Wikipedia has plenty of pages. If you say list of capitals, U.S. capitals, it'll list the 50 U.S. capitals with just the links to each of those pages. Mm-hmm. So again, when you're looking at internal linking, the ability to develop lists, the ability to take your database and repurpose, to use John's term, repurpose the information, repurpose the data is enormous because we can create lists, we can create pages, all which have value. Now, that's not the same as going out there and spam linking, trying to build all these pages that feedback. Okay, you finally got it. So this is alien.
A news. There's news gossip scandal coming live on Crypto Maniacs here. Cal was just in the Threadcast saying that Leonode is actually going live right now. So he said, check what it's like in about 5 minutes and see what it does.
Excellent. So we love that.
I love breaking news. You don't need to go to CNN or Fox, folks. You come to Crypto Maniacs. Leo
Yeah.
Node is going live right now.
Of course, if we were on at regular time, the news would be about 7
Then
hours.
we'd be
But
already
anyway,
broken. We have to talk about it, right? Yeah.
scroll down while we're
Scrolling
waiting
down.
on that.
Okay.
And just read some of the terms that are linked in the body of that text.
Sci-fi horror story, extraterrestrial. If I click on extraterrestrial, is it just a picture of ET, or is it like what?
Click on it. Click on it.
Okay. Well, it opens a new window, so I can't. You
Oh,
can't
that's
see it
right.
because it
Yeah.
opens a new window.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
not gonna. Yeah. So,
I
but okay.
don't think I put an image in the extraterrestrial page.
Okay. Yeah. That's the next thing that has to happen. We got to have the links opening in the website. If you click on it, it should open
Well,
inside.
actually, you want them open in new tabs because that's more page views.
Yeah, but then that gets into gaming the system. Because if you click a link, it should open up a new page regardless.
Well, that's true too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would agree
anyway.
with you. I'm not necessarily a fan, but I mean, yeah, if you want to open up a new tab, you can right click and open a new tab if you really want it. I don't object to that. But anyway,
you got film, budget, 20th Century Fox, video franchise, sequels.
I mean,
Alien film,
are any of those
effects.
irrelevant to Alien? Of course not.
Right.
And then there's the cast, and I don't know if there's any pages set up. If there were, you could click on the actor, and another page would come up.
Right.
So the answer is no. Leo Glossary is not a spam glossary. And if you're making a decision based upon music on Leo, what are you basing it upon? 50 pages, perhaps 70 pages. Right. There's almost 5,000 pages in the database, 2,000 of which are related to movies. And then there's all kinds of finance and crypto and business, and Washington D.C. and New York City have their own pages, and so this is a combination of IMDb. It's a combination of Spotify. It's a combination of Wikipedia. It's a combination of Leo of Investopedia. I mean, there's a lot of things that are feeding into Leo Glossary, which is making it rather robust and expansive. So no, we're not just link spamming, and actually there are very few external links to any Leo Glossary pages because I mean I haven't myself gone out and thrown it on Twitter, although that doesn't matter because Google ignores Twitter and stuff like that anyway. So that's basically what we're dealing with. So I don't know about anybody else. I'm not reading the Threadcast, but I mean, what do you all think? Do you think it's going to be seen as spam? I mean,
and again, my knowledge of SEO, because I've always said it's search engine optimist instead of optimization. Google can change things whenever they want to. That's what it comes down to with Google. But in the definition of it, this is like all you got to do is think what Wikipedia is. No one that's trying to game the system is trying to build Wikipedia. Leo Glossary is basically trying to become, not trying to become, but you know what I mean. The blockchain version of Wikipedia.
Need a lot more people to do that, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, it's the definition of it. What this is doing is no, it's not.
Well,
it's
like I was doing what the hell was I doing this morning? I was doing a page. Was it a film? It was either a film or an actor page. And it's interesting because this is how you enhance these pages. Is in the film, there was the song Singing in the Rain by Gene Kelly. And obviously there was a movie by that. But in the music database, it wasn't there. So I quickly conjured up a thread. And what did I do? I linked it to that movie page. Because now, if Google goes through, they not only see this page, which of course has the embed video, it's a thread of the song, but anybody who's reading that page, if they want to listen to a song, not that many people want to listen to necessarily that song, but if you do, there it is. You don't have to go anywhere. So this is the whole idea.
That's a good question there. Alan wants to know, can anyone create an entry? Which is obviously the difference between Wikipedia and what we have now is Wikipedia is like open source and
Yeah, I have no problem. I mean, I just happen to be doing it. And I don't know why he has the damn key, But Tokenized Society, he's creating his cocktail recipes. I mean, I've been capturing his threads and putting it on the page. He could do it him damn self. In fact, Tokenized, do it your damn self. What the hell
He's
am
at
I
work
doing?
right
You
now,
have
isn't
the
he?
posting key. Alan, just DM me if you want to be involved in the project. You want to create pages? Absolutely. I want more people creating pages. I want more people creating pages in areas I don't know.
Right.
I mean, that's how it expands. So if somebody comes in and starts creating pages about Canada, let's say, because they live in Canada, they know Canadian history, they know Canadian geography, that's wonderful. If somebody knows about, I don't know, natural medicine or gaming, I mean, something like that. I mean, there's a lot of things that people have knowledge about, that hobbies, geography, history, you name it. Space. I don't know much about space and astronomy and any of that stuff. If somebody knew about that stuff and can write about that stuff, or write about science, or write about, I mean, let's set up these pages. I have no problem. And if you want to write it up and then just send me the page and have me actually do the posting under Leo Glossary, that's fine too. I'll set up the page and, put in the pics and all that good stuff for you. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking now and to get involved, certainly looking for more people.
There you go. There you have it, folks. You ready to dive into people's questions? Because that's actually one of the questions that was asked today. So
then that would be a good question to start with.
We'll start with that one, shall we? So let me get into it. And of course, I don't know where it is because I'm awful. There we go. Please hold. My technical ability is second to none, folks. I am just the master of audiovisual presentations. This was the Threadcast. We are good to go, and we are starting from. Well, I'll get to the question, then we'll go back up because this was the question that was right here. It's from Crypto Canny. He sent me a note on Discord, and I said, "Hey, man, you should probably go and ask Task because I'm not totally sure how he's doing it." But he's like, I can't. I don't have my keys with me, and I'm on the road. So I said, I'll ask for him. So he said, Hey, John, I was listening to your podcast, and Task mentioned news articles being posted. I'd like to start doing that. Could you ask him what the vision would look like? Is it just the article, no commentary? What tags would it be?
I mean, that's not up to me to run. I mean, it's the answer is yes. However you want to do it. I mean, if you want to sit there and write articles, have at it. News articles. If you want to write news articles, have at it. If you want to just create threads that deal with news articles or news topics, have at it. If you want to create thread storms about different topics throughout the day you see, and drop a thread storm of 4 or 5 threads, that's wonderful. With maybe links to other articles or links to an article you write. I mean, it's basically wide open. This is what I try to get through to people. It's wide open. Get creative. Think about ways to enhance the value of Leo, whether it's through the blog posts or through threads. And as I said, if you're using blog posts are very powerful if you decline rewards, because then you can put up 30 posts a day, and at least the reward hounds aren't concerned. Other people may be, because they say, well, you're just spamming the new
the
feed.
rewards police.
Yeah. So that's why Leo Glossary, as I said, in a year and a half's time, I got over almost 5,000 posts there, and I didn't do them all myself. And those are blog posts. That's not including threads or anything like that. Those are blog posts. But other than the few times I've forgotten, all of them are decline rewards. So yes, we need that type of information on threads in particular. If you want to write a news article and then drop it onto threads, and that'd be fine. And what tags? News on Leo would be a good one to try to get trending and things of that nature. So, also before you get to the other questions, John Go, was brought to my attention. You and I fucked up the other day.
Oh, well, that's not news, but yes.
We were asked about how to, since Block Trade shut down their service, how do we do it? And you and I did not mention to our dismay, because neither of us use it, Simple Swap.
Simple Swap.
Simple Swap allows for
Right.
people to go from Hive to LTC and LTC to Hive, or to a bunch of other coins. So I don't know the liquidity. I don't know much about, but it was brought to our attention. So that I want to throw that in before I forgot it. Getting back to the news, and it could be for anything. Now, news I'm not going to incorporate into Leo Glossary because it's time sensitive information. But I would suggest whoever asked that, I forget the username, John Go, but I would suggest pursuing that. I think that would be a great value add for Threads. It would be a great value add for Leo. But again, if you're going to do stuff that's related to stuff that's not time sensitive information, then we can go ahead and create Leo Glossary pages. And, right. Even if you create a Leo Glossary page and we put it under Leo Glossary, link it all through Leo Glossary, but at the end, we put your username to give you credit. I mean, that's cool too. I mean, I think that, way to promote yourself a little bit.
Heck yeah. There you go. Thank you for the question, sir. Sadcree is here. He should be at work. I don't know what he's doing, hanging out with us.
Maybe he's here at work.
Yeah, it could be. That's okay. Question. What other Hive apps that you are aware of which have the potential to bring in more users? It would be nice to know so that I can dive in and explore more. I mean, the easiest answer to that is the games. I mean, obviously we've seen what Splinterlands can do, but Splinterlands always had the Splinterlands agenda first and foremost, which is fine, which is totally fine. This is why I'm really interested in Holozing, for me personally, because of who's behind it. Acid. Acid is about as bullish on Hive as you're going to find. The guy's a top 20 witness. He's been here since day one. He's built, OCD. I mean, he's very Hive centric. So something like that could have the trickle down effect a lot more than, say, Splinterlands, because Splinterlands at the end of the day wants to get Splinterlands players. Holozing wants to build the game, but it's also got that side agenda of building Hive as well. So that's why I'm really interested in Holozing. So the easiest answer to that is the games. But other than that, what has attracted you, Task? Any other things that you can think of off the top of your head?
Nothing. Nothing in terms of like the dApps, what we're familiar with, because they offer nothing. As I've said for weeks and weeks and weeks, until you start offering services, until you start offering something unique, until you start building a database and incorporating it in, you don't really have that much to offer other than blogging. And it comes back to, that's what all we have to offer. And that's not a major
talk about rewards for blocking.
Yeah. So that's not a major, and even still, blogging across the internet's not a major use case in proportion to social media and videos, videos and gaming and what you just said. So I speak coming from a perspective, I don't know what these projects are doing. So there is no knowledge in that regard of what they're doing, what their roadmap is. So on that regard, I could be totally off base. But what is an eSyncy? What is a Peak D? What are these apps going to incorporate that are going to make them have the ability to provide a service to people that attracts people?
Right.
I don't know. Leo, I say the same question to. The difference is I'm spending hours and hours a day trying to build something on Leo that ultimately could be utilized to provide resources for people on Leo. And actually, I mean, this is on the blockchain. So any of these other apps could pick it up. They could take music on Leo and they could build that into their own front end. I mean, there's no exclusivity on this stuff because it's being posted on the blockchain. They have to just feed it. They just have to grab that information. So these are things that we have to keep in mind when we're looking at going out. And unfortunately, as my rant dictated the other night, I don't think most of the people who are out there trying to draw in users have actually considered what the hell you're trying to sell. You have nothing to sell at this point. But, there could be, Sadcree, there could be some apps. eSyncy could be working on something super duper, and I have no knowledge of that. But to my knowledge, I would lean with John Go. The easiest, the safest pick could be the games because we see a pathway pretty easily there.
We are now on Leonode. Breaking news. Cal has announced it. We are on Leonode. You have to hard refresh, obviously. And he said to experience the entire speed of it, go to labs. But he said we're on it. And everyone seems to be losing their mind in threads right now. Not on our threadcast. There's only a few people on our threadcast, but the rest of Leo's going ballistic right now. So welcome to what I believe, and I know Task just what he just mentioned about we need actual the value and the stuff to being built here. I'm of the mindset that Leonode will bring this to this will help us build more than ever.
Well, it'll reduce my number to shut the fuck up. Actually, it won't, because I'll have other things to tell people to shut the fuck up about. But at least people will shut the fuck up about complaining about the nodes. Although we still do have the hive node issue, because that's a real thing, because there's many times I've gone to hive blocks. Now, was Leo causing that? I don't know.
That should wake up the powers that be at Hive, that if Leo, which doesn't have 20 million people, but we're always talking like, oh, Hive can handle 20 million people. If Leo is doing this, what happens, especially if the bull run is coming like everyone says it's coming? What happens then?
Well, but again, what type of traffic are you looking at? And it really comes down to the pull requests. And, the way Leo's designed now with threads, there's a huge amount of pull requests, even at 2,000 or 2,500 threads a day. You don't get that number of pull requests from blogging. And so if you have a lot of people coming over to, let's say, Peak D, and they're blogging and commenting, it's not going to overwhelm the traffic, because you're not going to get hit with 300 pull requests in 3.5 seconds like you do with threads. So, I think, and the long-term solution, and Simple Game and I were basically going back and forth about this the other night on threads. It's up to the apps to run their own APIs, because that's how you can control your traffic. And you have block trades and Archange and other people running APIs, and they're sitting there saying, okay, we're putting up these APIs and we'll keep them running for the community. But now all of a sudden Leo comes in, as I said the other night, and they just hit it, and monopolize the damn API. And it's like, why am I paying to run this for your app? You run your own damn API, get off mine. And so that's where the rate limiting comes in. And so any serious app, which obviously Leo is going to have to set up their own node. And, he didn't really mention it, but I think Simple Games, when they get up and running and they start doing their things, I think he's going to set up an API node and run one himself for their stuff. And that's how you decentralize it. That's how you pull the traffic off. And you have a few general use nodes that they'll take the overflow and take extra traffic, but it's not the primary. It's not the primary answer. And the other thing comes down to money. API nodes are not financially supported, so they're not incentivized. So it's out of pocket. And is it any wonder that these people are running shoestring API nodes? I mean, you see what Steemit Inc. was paying to run their API node, because they were basically the primary API node. And it was like tens of thousands of dollars or something a month, hundreds of thousands of dollars. It was ridiculous. Well, block trades or Archange are not going to pay that out of their pocket. They're just not, and I wouldn't expect them to. So, this is where the Leo is the trendsetter, setting up their own node. Hopefully other apps will follow suit and say, if we're going to be a serious app, we need to set up our own node. And then the final thing with the nodes is, as Cal said, they customized it to threads. And I don't know a ton about software architecture and data architecture and stuff like that, but I'd imagine this is going to be a much more efficient node in processing Leo stuff, because they designed it for Leo stuff.
Yep. There you go. Zachary follows that up with, do you think there's value in advertising the DAP more than the chain that the DAP is being built on? Really, like you really
Go through 3 years of broadcast to get mine and John's opinion on that. I think we've been pretty clear.
Yeah. He says, I think users do not need to know that they are interacting with certain blockchain. They should be using the product that works well to them.
Netflix and Amazon Web Services. That's all we have to say. I
mean, we've been talking about it for years and years. Stop. And people hate hearing this. And I heard there's a rumor that that's the next town hall meeting on the 1st of the year. So get ready. If you want the detailed explanation of how we really feel, you can watch the previous 276 episodes of this podcast and listen to them, or you can tune into town hall on the 1st of the year. But yes, apps need to be foremost as the marketing plan.
Well, will that be on the 1st, or because it's a holiday, will we move it to the 2nd? I haven't seen the date announced.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll double check, but yeah.
I haven't seen the date announced.
Tokenized Society. Hello, Maniacs. Do you have any special...
Tokenized. Use the damn posting key and post your cocktails yourself, you lazy...
There you go. While drinking Heineken, sir. Do you have any special... Do you have any special Christmas traditions? Tass, do you?
No.
I plead the fifth. That's a whole other topic, but no, our family does not. So maybe I'll do a blog post about it. He follows it up with on the same line. Do you believe in New Year's resolutions? If so, what is yours for 2024? I don't believe in resolutions because resolutions end after the second week in February.
If that long.
Yeah, if that long. I believe in goals, and I do my goals each and every year, and I write down my 3 goals, my big goals that I want to achieve on the 1st of January that I want to hit on December 31st. And it's about 80 to 90% of those goals I write down on the 1st of the year are accomplished at the end of the year. I have my 3 goals here. The only thing I wrote down is I wanted to lose a certain amount of weight by the end of the year. I fell short. I lost weight, but I didn't lose as much as I wrote down on the 1st of the year. So I believe in writing goals down, because when you write goals down, they're in front of you and you work on them each and every day. A resolution is, I'm going to go to the gym. Okay. Well, what's your target? I want to lose. Well, how long? SMART goals, right? That's what you hear over and over again in personal development circles. SMART goals. What are your SMART goals? Specific, measurable, attainable, the whole nine. That's what I believe in. I believe in setting a goal and then every single day working towards that goal so that you have the target. I know that in 12 months, I want to hit this, and I will work for those 12 months to reach it. That's how I feel. Task.
I have a little different approach, because I think what most people said as goals are outcomes, and you don't control outcomes. So you have to focus on what you can control, which is activity. So a goal of losing weight, a certain amount, to me is, well, first off, weight is a misleading issue, because if you're lifting weights, you may not lose weight, but you may shape your body. So that's right. Where, I want my waist to drop 32, to drop from 38 to 36 or whatever. But I at certain points in my life attained a pretty good physique by simply using the approach over X number of days, let's say on a quarterly basis, 90 days. I'm going to work out every day for 90 days or 6 days a week for 90 days. See, that you can control. I'm going to do 50 push-ups every day for the next 30 days. That you can control. And that's why I always say it's all about the activity. And the activity, what Django was saying is absolutely correct. That's what adds up. You don't get to the end result on the 31st of December without 365 days of activity in that direction. So again, if you want 365 blog posts, you better do a post a day, or you can try to do 10 posts a day for your last 36 days, and good luck on that one. Right. But again, that's an activity, so you can monitor it, you can control it, you know where you stand. I mean, this is where I have a problem with. Well, I set a goal for this much Leo power, this much high power. Those are based on votes. I have no control over that. I have no control over how much high power I'm getting, or Leo power, or any of that. Now, what Django's doing with his buying, he has control over that. He set a goal, I think it was 100 Leo every day he's buying. See, that's a goal that he can measure. He knows today's Tuesday. Did I buy my Leo? Or Thursday? Did I buy my Leo? No, I got to go buy my Leo. He knows exactly how much he's buying, and it's fully within his control.
Yeah.
He's not dependent upon anybody else. So that's why he reached his target of 100,000. And that's why when he said he wants to be Apex, it's simple math. There is no goal. It's just simple math. It's like, okay, if I do this much and I get this much Leo for X number of days, then I'll be there. So he just has to keep monitoring how much Leo he has coming in each day and how long it'll take, and he'll get to Apex Lion. These are things that are within our control. But resolutions, as Django said, I remember when I was working out at the gym, the first week in January, you get a big influx. By third week in January, we're back to normal.
Gone. So,
all the machines are open. Everybody's gone. So, and in fact, if you really want to have some fun shit with this, forget January. Do that in like July. You've heard of Christmas in July. Do your resolutions, quote unquote. Do your new planning in July. Start your year over in July. I mean, it's that old saying, you can start your life over whenever you want. I mean, you can change your direction whenever you want. But so long, I got long-winded there, but the answer is no, I don't set resolutions. I can tell you what I'll be doing on the first, building more pages on Leo.
Yep. Token, I said he got the message loud and clear. So he is paying attention to you, sir. Very good.
Which message? I just delivered about 6. Did you get
the one about going?
By the way,
don't give him.
Write all 6 of them in a thread and post it so we understand that you got all 6 messages being delivered.
Perfect. Beautiful. He also wants to let everyone know, it's not a question, but I need to once again let everyone know that you can send threads straight from your keyboard by pressing Control and Enter.
He loves that. Except even Sunseeker said
I didn't even know that was a thing.
You got to X out of the damn. You hit Control Enter and it posts the thread, but you got to use your mouse to X out of the damn pop-up window when you
it's amazing the things people. It's crazy, huh? Like Cal's trying to build the everything app, and there's so many things that people need to have, and like other people don't even like. I never even knew that was a thing. Never in my life.
Eric pushed it, and obviously Tokenized is all on that. They don't like using those mouses, so
here, well, I'll use my keyboard to go down, I guess. There, I'm going down. I'm not using the mouse. I'm using the keyboard. That was the question from Crypto Canny. Jessica wanted to know if there was a space to or just Threadcast. No, I don't have the technical ability to figure out how to use a Mac for what we're doing, and StreamYard does not allow to go to spaces yet for whatever reason. I think that's an X thing. Not totally sure. But that was a lot of questions, a lot of feedback here. Sadkri had some feedback. Would like to have a rethread button alongside the upvote and comment button. That would be, I co-sign on this. Something I've noticed, if you send me the link directly to Threadcast, that like you do before we go live, I can't rethread it from that link. I have to go back and go to your feed to find it. So a way to add a rethread directly to the comments and the likes and the upvotes.
The 3 dots, from what Cal said, the 3 dots are going to show up on threads outside of your feed. Right. And then it'll be the drop down arrow there, I guess, and you'll have a rethread. So yes, that's being worked on, Sadkri. It's soon. But I agree with you. It's kind of counterproductive that we can't do anything when we open up a thread. We can't do anything with it. We got to go back to either the latest feed, which then it gets buried, or you have to go to the person's main feed, which, if they're doing a lot of threading, that could be buried.
Yeah. Yes, Tokenize. I've been rugged by Elon because I don't have my blue check mark anymore. And his favorite film is The Godfather. Good pick. Very good pick. Very good.
Hard to
Very
argue with that one. That was a great pick.
Classic.
There's a
And
Godfather
sadly,
page
yes,
on Leo Finance. There's actually for all three films. There's a Godfather
all
page.
three. Everyone hated 3. I didn't hate 3. I thought it was okay.
I didn't hate it, but
horrible?
it wasn't at the caliber of 1 and 2.
Well, yeah, but like it's like go to Aliens. Like Aliens was the pinnacle. Alien was the start of it. Alien 3 was okay, but it was never going to compete with the first two. It's just, it's like, anyways, it's not like Star Wars. Can any of the movies compete with the original 3? No, they can't.
No,
it's just not going to happen. Anyways. How did search on Google? Yes, Sacre. I really don't use Google. I use pre-search only. Not that I'm getting a ton of rewards for it, but I'm trying to do the thing, live by being a product of the product, saying I use all this blockchain stuff. Let's use it. Duty. Can we build the database of animated films, free films, and IMDb like content, like say interviews? Hive can get into search engine with that. Not following. Or
well, a lot of this stuff, at least the actors right now, we're actually scraping IMDb, and we're going to be scraping for films and stuff like that, and television shows, as long as they'll allow us. But that line of thinking is absolutely correct, and animated is in there. It doesn't matter what the film is. I'm trying to think of some animated films that we've done. What was the big one with the blue? Not the Smurfs. They were on the planet, and the planet was being attacked. It was a huge one, and then there was the sequel. One of the highest grossing films ever.
Avatar.
Yeah, Avatar's in there. I don't know if we've done the second Avatar yet, but yeah, I mean, animated films. Again, you're talking about a database. The possibilities are wide open. So when we start to look at actors, we start to look at films, then we start to look at franchises, and I haven't even gotten into writing up those. But you have the Rocky franchise, you have the Halloween franchise, you have the Alien franchise, you have the Godfather franchise. I mean, those are all pages. Then you can link off those pages to each individual film. You got the Star Wars franchise. So you can really start going in different directions. I mean, Tokenize, what he started with his cocktail stuff, and obviously he's dealing with alcoholic beverages, and we'll just leave that aside for a moment. But then it was like, well, you can go into non-alcoholic drinks, and yeah, you can. And then what else can you get into? And could you have pages on garnishments? Yeah, you could do that. Then could you have pages on different bars? Sloppy Joe's in Key West, and Studio 54 in New York, and some of the renowned bars and discos and clubs around the world. Yeah, you could do that. I mean, there's just so many different ways you can go with this stuff. And now we've seemed to come across an idea of using threads as the content, then capturing that in essentially a blog post. That's what we're doing with Leo Glossary, and categorizing it. And again, we don't know what's going to happen in the future with two things. We've heard there's going to be a recommend. So it's going to start with, I think it starts with threads, then it'll move on to blog posts. But if you click on a thread, the algorithm will give you a recommend for a similar thread. Well, guess what? If it's a Van Halen song, there may be a good chance it brings up another Van Halen song or another rock song or whatever. We might have to train it to do that, but over the course of time, it can happen. And then, of course, you got Leo AI. All this stuff is being fed into Leo AI, and that's the only thing that it's coming from. It's coming from what we put onto the blockchain. It's not reading what's in ChatGPT. It's not reading what's on X. We probably don't have access to that info anyway. So we have to put it on the blockchain ourselves. So tokenized drinks are going to be in Leo AI because they're threads. So they're all being fed in there. So, I would think at a certain point in time, you can ask Leo AI, how do I make a Tom Collins? And if that's one of the things he's done, it'll give it back to you. So,
Mm.
yeah, the idea of Leo Glossary is multifaceted. It's to give information, it's to give links so people can, once they get into the ecosystem, they start following it around. And then, of course, ultimately, it is to help with search engine ranking, which, as Django said, that's hit or miss. That's close your eyes, spin around, take the dart, and
Pray.
try to hit the
Yeah.
dartboard. Good luck with it. But, hey, if there's certain things we can do, there's certain things we can do. And relevant content, volume of content, interlink content that's relevant, I think that all helps the search engines.
And we're going to wrap up here, but we got a simple game that kind of piggybacking off what you just said. He said he wants to add auto detailing info to Leo Glossary since it's his main business. How does he start that? What would be your advice for him to get into the auto detailing for Leo Glossary?
What is auto detailing? Meaning detailing autos?
Auto detailing, like basically making your car look brand new inside.
So well, I mean, we can just fire me a DM or I'll hit you up. I think I got simple games in my DM. If you want to build pages about auto detailing, absolutely, we can build pages about auto detailing and start linking them up. And again, see what happens. Let me tell you what happens with this stuff. Simple Game will have all kinds of ideas about auto detailing. You know what we have to do? We have to build a page for automobile. We have to build a page for different types of automobiles. When I started with the movies, I had to build an actor page. I had to create theater page. I had to create stage. I had to create drama. I had to create sci-fi. So you get all these auxiliary pages even when you're focusing on something, other pages have to be built to support that. And so the more areas like this we get into, and auto detailing, I don't know much about it other than the obvious, but there's not a page for sponge. There's not a page for water. There's not a page for soap. There's not a page for any of this stuff. Hose. These are things that could be added to support what he's doing. And that's just how it expands and keeps growing. And then all of a sudden the sponge page, well, guess what? Somebody starts for bathing their child and now they can link the sponge because it was built.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
There you go. You got SpongeBob SquarePants, and now you're into your animation. That was brought up in the Threadcast. So now you're into animation and television series. I think SpongeBob was also movies. So we create those pages, and there's voiceover actors. So again, this is how it just keeps spreading. So simple games, absolutely. I'd love to have a Leo Glossary section for auto detailing and incorporate all that in and link it all together and then that's how stuff doesn't get lost because it starts to show up. I don't even build, other than the music, I'm not building. I initially built Leo Glossary, the crypto and finance pages. I had a matrix of alphabeting pages A through Z, and I would put the term on those pages. I don't do that anymore because by linking all this stuff together, as Django did, you type into the search engine Leo Glossary and then what you're looking for, it'll tend to pop up. It may be under a high blog or a peak D URL, so you have to, erase that and put in Leo, but it starts to show up because these pages are being indexed. So that's why how we started the show. Google's not looking at this stuff as spam because it is starting to index it. It's starting to incorporate it. And what gets very interesting is I'll type in the name of an actor, not sure if I've done that if there's a page for that actor, and there isn't. But when you type in Leo Glossary, pick an actor, George Clooney. Since there's not a page for George Clooney, that won't come up. But you know what comes up? All of a sudden the name of a film that's in there that George Clooney's in, even though there's no link to George Clooney, but simply because his name appears in that film, it shows up in the search engine. It shows up in the search result. I don't know, what was that? Ocean's 12. So now all of a sudden I'll type in Leo Glossary George Clooney and Ocean's 12 will be the first response. Doesn't help much because I'm looking for a George Clooney page, but that's just showing you how all this data is starting to be indexed by Google, and the fact that we are seeing a little bit of in Leo ranking above the PTs and the high blogs. I think that's also a step in the right direction.
There you go. Beautiful. Listen, you guys are absolutely epic. Everyone showing up at the Threadcast, and your questions and comments were fantastic. We love it, and I hopefully got to everyone, upvoted everyone. Here's the big thing, dude. I mean, for me, I'm going to shut down now. We're going to shut the Threadcast, the show off, and I'm going to go play on the new Leo node. I don't know about you, but I'm happier than the pig and poo right now, because this is what I've been waiting for. So I have no excuse now. I'm going to get active and just harass people on Threads now. Just, get out there and play with this stuff.
Well, Django's really adding to the AI database of how to harass people. So now we're going to have Leo AI, which specializes in cocktails and harassment.
Definitely a mix that we need on Leo. Anyways, you guys have a fantastic weekend. Merry Christmas to those that celebrate. Happy holidays, all the Festivus for the rest of us, or whatever the Seinfeld thing is.
Huh? Some housekeeping. Is Christmas on Monday or Tuesday?
Monday.
Okay, so our Tuesday show won't be affected.
Right, yeah. The people in England and in Canada, we have Boxing Day, but that doesn't mean anything. But it's our version of Black Friday up here. That's all it is. So it's not a holiday, even though it is. But all the stores are open, so people can go and blow all the money that they got on.
Well,
Christmas.
And if we're returning to 8 o'clock time anyway, then it's
I mean, it's up to you. It's totally up to you. If you want to, we can try to get back to this time, or we can go back to 8.
I mean, I don't have a problem if we.
Well, it's my schedule, right? Like if we do it during the day, and then, yeah. Anyways, I like the daytime ones too. Anyways, we'll figure it out. We'll do a poll now that Leo Node is here. We can do polls again.
Yeah, well, that's a question. Do polls work?
Question for next Tuesday.
I mean, every time I posted a poll over the last 3 weeks, it just kept spinning and said search in or whatever the hell it said, and it's like it never appeared. So that's a question. That's one of the first things I'm going to do. I'm going to post a fucking poll.
He's going to ask himself a question. Folks, we have reached that point where Task is asking himself questions. Have a fantastic weekend.
People don't know. I am the Leo AI.
That's not surprising. If that would, there you go.
See, if you type in
have a great weekend.
What is Leo AI? It just comes back and says, it just has my picture.
A picture of your face. Just don't, yeah, that's it.
It's not even a real picture of my face. It's a picture of that goddamn cardboard cutout that they designed that was at High Fest.
I'm here for it. Later.
I wasn't the only one. Your mug was immortalized too.
Yeah, a dog was peeing on my face the other day. It was great on a cardboard cutout. It was great.
Oh, a cardboard cutout. I was going to say, well,
yeah.
at least
not
get into what you're into. I mean,
yeah, no, that's anyways. All right, bye.
Ciao.